Welcome to the Technobi channel. To move an object, which has the gigantic size of one location to another location, of course it will requires a process that is not easy. Especially if the object being moved has a weight of up to thousands of tons of yang. Definitely requires planning, mature as well as special equipment. Some of the tools used in the process of moving this object apart. Oversized also has a cost. Fantastic creation. So here is the transfer process. The largest and most expensive object in the world, Naisaiwan System Specialist or Hospital, is a rocket owned by NASA and serves to carry the plane space for space exploration missions. This SLS rocket is an artificial rocket. NASA is the newest and weighs up to 2,500 tons. To move this heavy sails, when working with Marion Power Shovel Company, namely a firm that engaged in the provision of tools heavy for construction and mining, located in the United States. This Marion Power Shovel Company make a tool called Crotto transporter with a manufacturing cost of up to $1.44 billion. Mariam's Power Shovel Company started building this transporter Crotto ever since 1960 and usually adopted from mining tools. The tool has also undergone several upgrades. Initially this tool only has carrying capacity of 5,443 tons, but now this roll carries a payload of up to 8,164 tons. This color transporter has a long size 39.9 meters wide, 34 meters and weighs 2,721 tons high. To operate the Crow transporter, it takes about 25 to 30 technicians and engineers, and there are two cabins for the two operators located in the front and rear of the rollers. In distinguishing this SMS rocket from assembly place to the launch pad, the rocket will be moved so far 6 kilometers using this roller transporter. Then this Kroll will carry the rocket SLS 6 kilometers to the runway launch, and due to the condition of the ground, it's not always flat, then to this roller, equipped with working tools to balance the crawler position, even when walking on uneven and sloping ground. Not only that, on the front, the line is also sprayed with 30,000 gallons of water are handy to use. Soil and pebbles to make it easy, bypassed and not dusty and on. It ended up taking 10 hours, 28 minutes high for this Kroll transporter to arrive at the launch pad. Moving a company's drag line. Mining named Anglo American has a mining area located in the region of South Africa named Chrome Dere and Kays Elaputa. Krona mining area is located. Another heavy equipment truck called Pitbull and has a weight of 3,600 tons. Dragline is one of a kind. Excavators that have the same size. Very large, but the use of this more effective than the excavator on generally, and to move the basket. This dragline uses steel wire without hydraulic power. After finishing mining, ride this Pitbull dragline. Planned to be moved to Meshcake coal mining. Is 19.8 kilometers from the column of. However, in moving him, this Pitbull will pass through several regions of the condition, which differ from one another. In the early process of moving his Pitbull, it will pass through a large area. There are power towers there. Then make this Pitbull line by removing some of the electric wires, high voltage, so this Pitbull can pass, and the process takes 24 hours. After that, this Pitbull transfer path will pass through the national highway, where this line is the busiest and most crowded line in South Africa. In order to cross the highway, the Channel Cake team built a street new bypass that works for temporary flow of vehicular traffic. Then the next area will be bypassed by Pitbull's drag line. Are railroad tracks and agar. They can pass through this path. Build a pedestrian crossing using a variety of heavy equipment. After 53 hours, Pitbull it finally got it passed through the rail line, and not forget they are returning conditions. Railroad tracks are in their original condition. Then the final drag is inside. This distinction is through settlements. Densely populated, which is hardest obstacle in between other obstacles Pitbull has ever passed. To overcome this project team, Wizilla works with the community, local residents to participate, help this Pitbull get through the settlement, and for the entire transfer process. Pitbull's other tracks take time, for 3 months, and that fee. This expenditure reached 507 billion rupiah. Generator engine reclaimer stacker or Guinea Alumina Corporation is one of the bauxite mines, largest and located in the city of Sangaret, the Republic of Guinea in West Africa. To increase GDE production, it buys a substance called stacker. Reclaimer from China is a tool that used for digging and moving mining material through the conveyor belt to the processing plant. Stacker reclaimer has this air conditioner, weighs 1,200 tons and is 125 m long and 25 m high, and will be delivered to JAC mine site. In the irregular selection process, this will be brought from Kamsar port to the mine site, which is far away, about 7 kilometers, and although only 7 km, but to carry heavy equipment. This very large required preparation and careful planning, because it will through several obstacles on its way. For the stacker transfer process, this reclaimer will disassemble to 12 component parts and respectively. This component under with the SPMT has a payload capacity of up to 220 tons. One of the most difficult obstacles to overcome in the delivery of this secret lover, i.e. past 3 railroad tracks to can cross 3 railroad tracks. They built a temporary pedestrian bridge imported from Europe. After arriving at the Starcrawler location, will be assembled before use, and it took a total of 8 months and costs of $1.4 billion, or equivalent to 20 trillion rupiah. In the project of purchasing to delivery of the stacker reclaimer, ERK 5000 uses JNE excavator. LK 5000 used excavator paint is heavy equipment used on the wrong one owned coal mine. Aquaman Chest Company in the Czech Republic. Heavy equipment made in 1983. It has a length of 160 meters high, 40 m, and is one of the heavy equipment. The biggest in Yes by weight. Reaches 5,600 tons and is operated by 6 operators in it. Machine on this LK 5000 has capacity power of 9,000 kilowatts and can dig up to 4,450 cubic meters of land per hour. In the process of working, this LK 5000 can walk alone to the location. Digging, however, his speed is just under 1 kpj due to its very large size. When moving the device, using a part interlocking system in it, and this thing makes LK 5000. It can run itself though. Very slow to move from one excavation site to another. Other related 5000. This requires about 2 months depending on the distance.